Good morning. I feel like it's been forever. Hey, y'all. Let me know as you come in. Like I said, I feel like it's been forever since I have seen y'all. I only took 1 week off, but it's been a while. Let's see. I need to mute this. Let's see. Oh, well. So, how was everybody's weekend? Oh, I had such a great week at the beach. I really needed that. And I feel really recharged and refreshed and ready to go. Hi, Leanne. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, Vicky. Always at work. Thank you for coming. I remember those days being at work and having something in the background. I am doing wonderful. I'm so glad to be back. Hey, Karen. So I took a whole week off. Haven't done that in a year ago. I took a week off a year ago. Oh, thank you so much, Leanne. I'm glad you got to join me live. It's so fun and chilled and laid back. I've got my sugar-free vanilla iced coffee. So I came in yesterday and I had all these wonderful intentions of getting so much done because I still have not got tomorrow's video even started. I didn't get back till Sunday afternoon. I came in yesterday intending to do so much, and I started doing computer work and processing and taking pictures and ended up doing that all day long and didn't get to touch anything creative. So now I have to do all of that today. But I'm very excited about this live because it's going to be fun and laid back. Maybe I almost have all the technical things worked out. I'm just not going to block anybody during this live. If we get some crazy comments, just ignore them because it always happens on the YouTube. Okay, so let me change this screen to where y'all can see what I'm working on. Okay. All right. So I picked these up at the thrift store a couple weeks ago. I've already sanded them some. They are mud pie. Whoop, there we go. They're mud pie, and I try to pick up mud pie stuff because it sells really good, and also it's usually pretty good quality. And I like these, and I especially loved this saying, "This is the good life," because my family, we actually have used that saying all the time. But when I got them opened, I noticed they were just a little too far gone. I wasn't going to be able to leave that on there. So I decided to upcycle them. Looks like I paid $2.99 for this set of 4. So I thought we would just play with these this morning. Excuse me. And yesterday before I left, I found some of these. These are leftovers from the Sarah Featon botanical book. Let me get a baby wipe. And I thought they looked pretty on there, and it would give me one last spring hurrah, because next week I am starting on fall. I am so excited. I'm going to go to my storage unit. I'm going to get some stuff out, and because fall is great selling decor. So I like to have a lot of it. So what is everybody up to this morning? I know Vicky's at work. Just cleaning the dust off these from where I sanded them yesterday. Uh-oh. A little bit more sanding. All right, so I do want to kind of keep the neutral background, and I have some Champlain. This is a Fusion mineral paint all in one, because it's so easy to put transfers over because it dries really fast and it has that built-in sealer. So to begin with, I'm going to do that. Let's see, I am not going to paint the bottom. It's natural wood. I'm just going to leave it that way. I will have to find a way to cover up that $2.99. I tried taking it off yesterday and it did not work. I'll just probably put a sticker or something over that, or maybe a transfer scrap. Y'all are awful quiet this morning. Y'all jump in the chat with each other, chat with me. That's what makes these morning so fun. I started physical therapy. Oh, that's another thing too. I had to go to the grocery store yesterday. I started physical therapy. So I didn't have a lot of hours yesterday, but today I do have all day. One of my grandsons, while I was at the beach, broke his leg. He was so pitiful. He's got a full cast from above his knee down. He can't walk on it. So I also had to see him yesterday and give him the goodies I got him. It was just a busy day yesterday. Probably have to do 2 coats to cover that wording, but I don't know if we're putting a transfer on it anyway. We may not. I know, it was so pitiful. He did it at daycare. He hates the cast. He's 4. He just turned 4 in June. Hey, Sister So, it was so wonderful. This was a girls only trip. No kids, no men, just girls. I read 2 entire books. We did some crafting. We did some puzzles. I went to bed early every night. It was so amazing. You know, I'm getting old when those are the things that I enjoy about vacation. Hey, Kaylin. Thank you for coming. Makes more sense for me to do the sides first, doesn't it? These were just cute, but in rough shape. You can tell these have been used. I could actually put that saying back on them, couldn't I? I have plenty of word stamps. But I think for this, I'm going to do the transfers. I know, it was so wonderful. We ate what we wanted. If you wanted to go get something to eat, you did. If you wanted to eat in, you did. We didn't get dressed up. I did not put any makeup on other than a little mascara, and I had to tint my eyebrows some, so it looked like I had some. This is Champlain color that I'm using. It's just a really neutral off-white, one of my favorites. Uh-oh, missed some sanding right there. It's okay, it'll hold it down. Okay, one coat down. What'd y'all do this weekend? Hey, Simply Blessed. How are you? Hey, Tracy. Oh, I did. I was just saying. You decluttered all weekend. Oh my gosh, do I need to do that? I'm starting on fall stuff next week, so I'm definitely going to have to do some decluttering because I got to go to the storage unit and bring some stuff in. I was on vacation too last week. Where did you go? I was actually ready to come home. I'm not much of a week away from home person. It was nice, but after about 4 days of laying on the beach, I was like, okay. I think 4 days on the beach is my max. And we were there for 7 days and we were on the beach for 6 of those. We only had one day where it stormed and we didn't get to go to the beach. And we probably could have done half the day, but sometimes it's just not worth it getting everything together and settled for half a day. I went to Finders Keepers the other day and I went to your booth and I love that. I don't know, that cabinet you got in there. What is it called, Tracy? I saw it on Facebook, but it's in person. It's just beautiful. Okay, 2 coats. I did pick a pretty easy craft to get me back in here today. I didn't do anything. Yeah, a mail sorter. That's what it looks like. Reminds you of something you'd see like in a old apartment building in the lobby to me. Ah, sorry. Trying to get my charger cord out of here. I do not have a transfer stick, of course. All right, so these are the transfers. I wanted to get some colorful stuff, and I had these from the Sarah Featon's botanical book. They had a lot of pretty colors in them. So that's why I chose these. I got to let this dry really good first, though. Oh, yeah, I bet. It probably had not been touched in forever. Maybe you'll sell it, but maybe you'll get to keep it a while, too. Always when I find a piece like that, I'm like, I want it to sell because it would be a really good moneymaker, but at the same time, I love looking at it so much. I don't want it to sell right away. I do not know yet. Typically, in my experience, it's usually end of September, 1st of October, but we don't know. I know that we can't even order it yet, so, and I haven't seen it. All right, I'm going to use my dryer for a second so I can start putting these transfers on. Oh. So did I tell y'all I started physical therapy on my back yesterday? I don't know. I just hope it's going to help. I really don't want to have a surgery. So I got to go back Thursday. Okay. These are pretty much a perfect fit. I'm going to have to trim this one just a little bit, but not much. I hope I've let this dry long enough. If not, we'll have to come back. If it starts pulling up the paint, I will know. It's going to work. So I'm going to put them all on, and then I'm going to come back, which is not going to be hard to do, and I'm going to work on those creases there. I'll just take my fingernail seems to be working really good. Probably just take my fingernail and do that. I don't even need an X-Acto knife. Yeah. Perfecto. Let's see. I can't ever get this right. There we go. I do too, girl. It has been a tough go at it. I think the older I get, the less I handle pain. Or maybe it just hurts more the older I get. Oh yeah, these are coming off perfect. I think I sold out of this book, and it is definitely out of stock on IOD, but I might have one or two left. And I might have to. My nails are not very tough. That works. Ooh, those are pretty. Just seeing where I need to cut this off out. I will have to put extra sealer on these since they're coasters. I'll probably do 3 coats, letting it really dry in between coats to make these extra durable. They won't last forever, but I had a set of coasters at home that I put some transfers on, and it was way back in the beginning of my IOD days, and I might have done 1 coat of sealer, and they held up for a really long time. Actually, till I got tired of them. They were fine when I quit using them. But I have learned it's better to be safe than sorry. Oh, look at that one. That one might be my favorite. And it was the last one I picked. Because it really didn't have flowers on it. It was just greenery. Or foliage. Alright. So this is several. I just love that purple. This way. There we go. they are turning out really good. I'm happy with the Chateau or the Champlain color I used. I wanted to do so. I thought about doing something really colorful, but then I didn't want to take away from the color in the flowers. So I decided to go with a neutral instead. Well, can't seem to get a hold of an edge. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, well. I lifted up my transfer just a little bit. That's okay. Uh-oh. Stick some glue in that one. It's loose right there. I stick a little Top Bond glue and set something on it. All right. I guess I can go ahead and put some sealer over them. I don't think I'm going to do any distressing. I just kind of did a light coat on the sides anyway. So I think I'm just going to leave them like they are. And I have some Big Top sitting right here, so that's what's going on it. My lockers definitely need a refresh. Looking for us. I think I might do a tough coat. Yeah. I think I'm going to do Fusion Tough Coat Matte instead. It is really tough. They are amazing storage. I have all my paint in there. I have a lot of stuff in there. I need to organize them a little bit better, and they need a refresh of paint also. And I wish I had another set because I have exactly enough wall for another set. So maybe someday. These came out of an old hospital. Main thing about this sealer is not to get drips. This paint doesn't have to be sealed, but I do really want to protect these transfers. And I don't want any runs or drips. So I just do a nice even coat. Because it's really about the light coats, but a lot of them. Good morning, Angela. Thank you. Roll Tide. I was expecting somebody to say something about my shirt when I put it on this morning, but then I forgot I had an Alabama shirt on. One thing I'm doing, about my back is wearing actual supportive shoes, which kind of goes against my religion a little bit for summertime because all I wear is flip flops and sandals in the summertime and even the fall and sometimes the winter. But I'm having to make myself wear like good tennis shoes. So I feel like when I wear tennis shoes, I have to dress down, but maybe not because tomorrow I will probably wear my tennis shoes with a dress. But today I'm not open, so I'm dressed very casual today. But I'm willing to try anything, even if it means I have to wear Skechers every day. If it makes my back quit hurting. Uh-oh, Vicky, you had to go do some work. Coming along very nicely. I'm loving these coasters. So I got one coat of sealer on there. Normally I never can get done, but I have chosen such an easy process this morning. We're going to finish on camera. Yeah, I don't have a lot of really good shoes like that, and I may have to invest in a really good pair of shoes. Well, if y'all were here with me, you could help me film my entire video. Oh, wow. That got a lot of comments. I love flip-flops, I'm telling you. I know it's so bad for you. But like I said, I'm willing to try anything. Even if it means I have to have my grandma looking shoes on. And that they've got what are those with the air pockets and the Skechers? But they do give me a lot of support. They do hurt my feet, though, because my feet do not like to be closed in. Good morning, all that glitters. Professional organizers. You know, that would actually be something that I would love to do. I love organizing. If I had time, I would be super organized. It's just one of my favorite things to do. Time, and it costs a lot of money too for all the organization things you need. Okay, Mom, I'm going to hold you to that. It's actually not that bad, but I feel like we could maximize that space a lot more and get a lot more in it. Even as I'm sitting here, though, my back's not hurting as bad as it usually is. So maybe either these shoes or the therapy is doing something. I also took in a leave about 30 minutes ago. Ugh. That's a bummer, Angela. I wore flip-flops all week at the beach, but I guess that's different. But it was on those tile floors in the condo. When you have as many craft supplies as I have, you have to be organized, especially with the junk journaling. That's where my organization needs help. And I don't even have time to do that. I know, Mom. I'm wearing Skechers today. I'm going to be wearing them all week, even if I'm wearing them with a dress. Anyway, what was I talking about? I thrift a lot of organization stuff, but then you end up with stuff that doesn't look the same. So you have to get creative. Why is that one bigger? Oh, well. They're all just slightly different sizes. I get that. Yeah, sometimes I'm more worried about being organized, but also it helps because then I can find what I'm envisioning. That's true. And I have noticed too, if I wear closed in shoes, because I have diabetes, so I have that calloused skin on my feet and stuff. I have noticed that my heels are much better. But there's a lot of things that could affect that too, like walking in the sand and the salt water and stuff may have helped that this week. And also, I have some heel salve here in the store, some of that Beehive bathhouse stuff. And I put some behind the register. And I won't be able to do this wearing the Skechers, but when I have on flip flops, every time I like, if somebody comes in and is just shopping around, I'll usually just go sit behind the register rather than walking around and making them feel uncomfortable. I just go sit there quietly and I will put the heel salve on my heels while I'm sitting there. And that way it has time to soak in before I get up and start walking around. But I have noticed that my calluses on my heels are much, much better than they used to be. And it also could be because my A1C, instead of being a 9.7, is a 5.7. That helps a whole lot. Stencils, stamps, and molds. Yeah, okay. So I have a peg wall. I'm sure y'all have seen it. A pegboard wall that I put all my stamps on, and I use the IOD envelopes. But you could probably get any kind of envelopes, and they're clear so you can see them. But I do have them stacked like 5 and 6 deep. But I have a lot. So, and I have those those plastic hang tabs. Um, and I put my transfers up and my stamps. My molds I have in totes with the labels showing on them. I had to write it on some of the older ones because they weren't labeled on the sides. That way I can see the names. But there's so many you forget what the names are. You have to pull them and look at them anyway. Have y'all ever watched what's her name? Scarlet CEE, I think. I love her organization. She is incredibly organized and her styles are very different, but I love watching her organize and put her thrift finds away in her house. Look her up, Scarlet C. She's on TikTok and Facebook, I know. Okay. Shoes looks like this. Huh. Yeah, I think that's what I don't like about tennis shoes is it squishes my toes in more than they want to be. I guess my toes are wide. She is very overly organized. That craft closet, of course, a quarter of my stuff would not fit in that craft closet she has either. But I still enjoy watching her and her trinket shelves. Look at that. That's already dry. Second coat of sealer. Ah, too much. After I get off here, I've got to. No, did you take it home? I did notice that the bag was back with the sander and stuff. Mason is going to pressure wash our porch at home next week with it. He don't know that yet. Yeah, my husband, he swears by New Balance, which he wears boots all the time. And I may get me a pair of New Balance if this really ends up helping, which I'm sure it will. Hey, upcycling. That's okay. You can go back and watch the replay. I just did some coasters this morning that needed a little refresh. Easy project. When I finish this live, I've got to make my list of all the things I got to do today. But high on that list is a YouTube video. Do y'all have any ideas? I have a few items I can upcycle. You know, I try to do other types like decorating videos or organization videos for the store, furniture flips, stuff like that, and they just don't get the views. I don't know. So I just stick with the thrift flips. And I sell the thrift flips, so it works. But sometimes I get a little anxious to change things around. Oh, good. He'll know how to use my pressure washer for when he's going to do our porch. Because I could already hear him saying, I don't know how to use this one. So y'all can figure it out and he can pressure wash our porch. Because it is in bad need. I kind of miss my son. So I was gone for a week, and then when I got back, he was at my mom's, and he's decided to stay there a few days. Bye, Leanne. Thank you. Vicki, I'm definitely going to do a store tour after I switch over to fall. I try to do a seasonal store tour. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. And another thing that I like doing is dupes. But, sometimes you just got to wait on the right piece for those. So what I do is I need to plan one of these. I pick out some like Antique Farmhouse is one of my favorite dupes to do. And there's another one. Anyway, I just find some photos of things that are like $300 and I make them. I do a thrifted version of them. I like doing those. But like a couple weeks ago, I did those toolboxes, which were kind of specialty. I just did the 3 toolboxes with 3 different techniques. That video got hardly no views. All right, guys. I guess we're going to call it quits today. We finished these coasters. I got 2 coats of sealer on them. I'm going to let this one dry and do another. Oh, yeah, I went there yesterday, too. I will say they didn't have a lot more. I saw a lot of things that I had seen before. Yeah, Pier 1. I love it all. That's the problem. I love it all, and I am the type of person that I get bored with things easily and want to move on to the next thing. But the thing with YouTube is consistency for sure. You too, Simply Blessed Designs. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. All right, guys, I'll post a finished picture of these later styled. As always, I hope y'all have a great day. Anthropology, yes. I need to plan on one of those because sometimes you have to look for the perfect item for those things. All right, guys, hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you, Lord willing, tomorrow night on my YouTube video and next Tuesday. Bye, y'all.